character, grappler on legs.
Against the goofiest character.
I have such a problem with Jacko.
I don't think she's designed well.
I think they gave her too many things. Like, it's just like you give her the evasive, low-profile normals. You give her the guaranteed minions. You give her the meter ramp. You give her the always get knocked down. You give her a big Zangief-style command throw that reaches for miles. I just think it's too many things.
My big issue with Jacko is that in fighting games, 99% of the time, and very implicit to the design, is that all the information you need to know to play the game is on screen. The meters are all on screen. Health bars are on screen. If a character has a specific resource, it's always somewhere visible. But Jacko's houses can be off screen and doing things, leveling up, summoning stuff. So she, like in her design, is off-screen information, which is a very non-fighting game sort of thing.
And I'm actually okay with that aspect, because you can play with sort of mixing up the formula of fighting games, trying to see what information is available at any given time. Like, for example, why don't you have a record of what patterns the opponent is trying on the screen at all times? Wouldn't that be nice? But
I think it's not necessarily guaranteed to be a bad thing, but I don't think it's implemented very well in Jacko's case.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I don't necessarily understand why it's important that the minions aren't hittable like Eddie is hittable. Like, you know how when you hit Eddie, you get to cancel? You get to cancel your move into another move. Now we have we have minions who can, at any time while you're in block stun, or while the opponent is in block stun, hit you out of your block stun. Sorry, we're just complaining about Jacko while the match is going on.
But Soul, to actually talk about the match, Soul has tools to deal with the houses very efficiently.
Yes,
Gunflame is very good at dealing with multiple houses while keeping her out, forcing her to use the bubble early, and basically letting him...
Yeah, 1-0, Soul 1.
BionicFraud.
BionicFraud 1. So we have... I think that Soul's primary... like, if I were to, in a single phrase, encapsulate the character design of Soul, it's evasive, high-risk approach. He's got low crush approach. He's got high crush approach. He's got, like, a Dragon Punch that can span the screen. He has a lot of ways to get back in your face, close the gap, and that's what you need against a character like Jacko. You need to just be able to get out and then get back in.
And at the same time, Soul is also very, very punishing when he gets a single hit, which really limits Jacko's ability to, take a hit, get back out, start playing her game again. With some characters, you can get rushed down, you get knocked down, or you can get opened up, and you still have a decent chance of getting back to full screen, setting your dudes, and letting your RTS start building resources. But against Soul, sometimes you just get hit by that 6P and you're actually dead.
Yeah, and I mean, Jacko has got that kind of inevitability factor. At the point where there are like 5 houses spawning sped up minion, or 4 houses,
3 houses,
3 houses spawning. I can't count.
It's early.
Spawning minions and in your face and making sure that you can't do much.
Oh, he misses the OTG. Lets Jacko live. This could actually be very
Hey,
big.
He's only got to survive 7 seconds in this awful, awful blender.
Oh,
but he gets hit by the command grab.
Missing OTG 2K, he lost the round. That was very good by
Skwuck.
It was very good by Skwuck to run it back after that. He did not give up and just stop when he saw he was that low in the corner. He's determined not to get out of winners here. Counter hit Gunflame though.
Alright, so while this combo is going on, the house is leveling up. Jacko may well be getting a couple of minions on screen. All it takes is time. The inevitability factor is very strong in this matchup.
So even though the house is off screen, if she can manage to block long enough, the dudes will A, backstab, and B, the house that is off screen is probably a king by now.
Yup.
Well, doesn't bait, but does not get hit by the DP. And now, dudes, it looks like BionicFraud just wants to DP until it works.
Yep.
And with that much of a life lead.
Yeah, if you just need the one hit, Like, you could chip them out with a DP.
But what's also important is he noticed he was not taking big punishes for the DPs. And if you DP and you're not taking like half your life and being put in the corner, the incentive to stop just isn't there.
I mean, it's there. If you're losing those exchanges consistently, then you want to stop doing it. But there are definitely matchups where it hurts a lot more.
Well, I mean, it probably hurts just as much in this matchup, but he did 2 DPs, and he didn't take a significant punish for either. So he didn't feel like he had to stop running up and DPing until one of them hit.
And the player matchup is important, because, like, there are people who tolerate knockdown a lot better than they tolerate having a lot of damage. And there are people who want damage a lot more than they want knockdown. So if you find yourself on the right side of that, like you identify a player who's going to try offense against you that you're comfortable with, then sometimes you can afford to take punishes and make riskier guesses.
It looks like Skwuck might be getting a little more comfortable. He ties it up at 1-1.
Skwuck is trying very hard to bring this match back. It's now even, but Sol has got a lead in this first round.
He got hit by Fafnir. He's in the corner. Not seen a lot of DPs out of Jacko. It's not the best DP, but...
The thing is that if you get dodged, and that's something that Sol is always trying to do, is dodge attacks. If you get dodged with that DP, you're going to get wrecked. If you...
Sol's punishes are so big.
It's not going to get you... Since Jacko's DP doesn't have throw invulnerability, it's not going to get you out of wild throw setups, and so his mix-up is a lot stronger against her DP than most DPs.
Goes for the burst safe jab air combo, but doesn't get hard knockdown off of it. Skwuck is able to get out.
Wow. I don't know how I feel about the waiting there. I think both players kind of choked, but...
Early morning scrambles.
Early morning scrambles.
No hard knockdown off.
Gotta have those scrambled eggs.
Look at that ability to mess with her air momentum. It's so strong. Having that sort of control over your mobility is really big. It's like you said, Jacko just has everything. Ooh, it looks like that was an air grab attempt, possibly, that just didn't quite
Well, what's cool
out.
is that Sol air dashed under her, and what our players at home may not all know about Guilty Gear's air throw system is that your air throw proximity is stronger from above than below. So if you're below your opponent, then you can air throw them, but they can't air throw you.
There's a saying we have in Colorado, whoever's low gets the throw.
Yup.
And 90% of the time in Guilty Gear, it's right. Sometimes you have whack interactions with, like, I know who has a throw hitbox that's just like a giant circle that was drawn in MS Paint, but for the most part, throws are way better from below.
All right, we're in the throng.
We're in the corner with dudes.
Sol's got lots of dudes on top of him.
The houses are behind him. He can't
I
clear
feel like
them.
we're watching some
Oh, good fuzzy jump.
lewd material here.
Very good fuzzy jump by Skwuck. Gets out a wild throw, takes the round. One of my favorite design choices about Jacko is that the dudes all get a happy face and celebrate when the round is over. I think that's great, and I love it.
And that's nice and all. Like, I don't disagree with you.
Off-screen house doing its thing. Doesn't go for the counter hit confirm. Just chooses to set up instead of getting the confirm into the corner, which is fine.
Is fine.
It's fine.
Like,
Skwuck's playing StarCraft.
You're Jacko. You can... Doing anything gives you an advantage.
Like, as long as time is ticking by and the houses aren't dying, you're doing what you need to be doing.
Yep.
Ooh. House toss is still very good. It got nerfed. It's strong. That probably was not intentional. I've been playing with some Jacko players, and they've told me that sometimes they just accidentally pick up a house when they're running up to do like a 2S. They double tap it by mistake.
You double tap to pick up?
Like,
jeez.
I think picking up is down in a button. I don't remember exactly what it is, but regardless, I know I've been told by a local Jacko player that McBlunts is actually picking up Jacko, and he's told me that sometimes he runs up and tries to do whatever normal corresponds to the pickup button and just gets pickup instead. That's probably what happened. Like, as I've been explaining this, Goon Squad did its job.
Oh yeah, I mean,
everyone in the crowd is cheering Goon Squad the whole time.
There's a certain point where if you're in the corner against Jacko, you're probably not going to get out.
That was a good match by Skwuck. He lost the first game and slowly came back, adapted, and eventually just played StarCraft.
Yeah. And sometimes that's all you got to do.
So we have coming up, Wind God Dude, and I believe
I forget this guy's
an
name. I've
Axel,
played him
right?
so many times. I'm so bad with names.
I am too. Dude versus Wind God Dude. Wind God Dude, a cool guy. Roomed with him before. I won and dunned him last night.
That's always fun. No run back. All right, I'm out. Retired champion. Okay, got a little bit of setup to do, as
So-
always.
For anyone just tuning in right now, welcome to Northwest Majors. We
We're
are
in winners semis of the first pool,
the 10 a.m. pool
10
slot.
a.m. pool slot.
I'm not sure exactly which pool number it is. Coming from Seattle.
I come from Seattle. I came here to battle. I don't come from Seattle. That's a lie. Dayun. Okay. A new...
Daeun Faust versus Wind God Dude Milia.
Yeah, so Dayun actually knocked me out of a Red Bull Proving Ground a couple of months ago. And he's got a pretty strong Faust. I hadn't heard of him before that.
I played him a bunch last night. He has a very strong Faust.
A little more aggressive than some Fausts, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
I think I played him last night. I played a lot of Faust last night.
That's true.